she looks so fine. You can shake my head, kiss my hand. My strength comes natural as any old man. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would tear this old building down. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would tear this old building down. I would tear this old building down.
Hello everybody, Carlo here. Today we're going to go over Samson Delilah, Jerry Garcia's guitar part, and show you all the different ways he would play it and break it down into the set parts that he had figured out that he would improvise off of. He's got a really cool thing figured out for the verse, cool thing figured out for the chorus. We'll go over the solo and how he approached the solo, give you some tips on that as well as some tabbed out stuff for you to work on. So thanks for checking in. We shall get right to it. We're in G, so let's just say it's going, if I had my way. That's all G. If I, then it goes to C, had my, and then back to G. Stays on G. If I had my way, then it goes F, C, and then it goes B minor, C, C sharp, D, G. So that's G, 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 C, C, G, 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 G. G, 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 F, C, B minor, C, C sharp, D, G. So it's if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would tear this old building down. But what Jerry then does with that is he's going. So he comes up here to a G bar chord at the A string 12th fret, first finger, and then pinky flat on the D, G, and B on 12th fret. It's a G bar chord. He's playing around with the G. So it's like, if I had my way, and then he'll go G, C, to G, and then he'll go back up for another high one. And you've heard this a million times. If I had my way, if I had my way. So instead of like doing a double bop, they just do a single bop and come up there and do the G bar chord and slide down while it's still sounding. So it's like, if I had my way, if I had my way. So a single bop then again on the G, followed up by the G bar chord with the slide down, which comes on an upbeat. And it may help on that to go, like to do a chicky chick with a down, up, down, choked, or I should say damped, where you're just damping the strings, just laying your finger, any finger, over the top of them and killing the sound, but you can still hear the sound of the pick going over the top. So we go. So you can add one there as well. Now he can just substitute just a G note low for that. So it could be. So that would be just the D string, 3rd fret, 1st finger, hammering to the 5th fret, D string, 3rd finger. Kind of as a grace note. And again, you could go. So it could be. And then everything else would stay the same. Then what he will do, instead of the, or to follow up on the, either the G bar chord slide down, or if you're doing that instead, he'll do this lick. And it helps to alternate pick it. It's 5th fret D string with the 3rd finger, then on the down pick, and then up pick on the 3rd fret D string, 1st finger, and then down pick on A string 5 with the 3rd finger, then up pick on A string 4 with the 2nd finger, and then down pick on the 3rd fret A string 1st finger, and then pinky on the E string 6th fret as an up pick. And I know a lot of you hate using pinkies, but there's really no way around it. And then go to 1st fret, which is your G. So, and then you can fit that in different places actually, but for this example, we'll just try to show you to be like, if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way. Between the verses, he'll do a, and sometimes he'll lead it with an open D, but it'll be an open G. Actually, he'll lead it with open D, but then it'll be 2nd fret G, which is 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, open on the G with the 2nd, 3rd, 2nd fingers as a hammer, pull, and then pull off 2nd to open on the G. And then 2 open on the D with the 2nd finger. So we got a kind of a damped open D, 2nd G, hammering to 3rd G, pulling to 2nd G, pulling to open G, picking D2, and pulling off, and then playing a G, open G. And then you'll see Jerry playing it up here with the 1st finger flat on the A 5th fret and the D 5th fret, like the right side of a G bar chord. So he lays his 1st finger flat, does a damp note on the 5th fret A, 1st fret, comes up to D string, 7th fret, 3rd finger, hammers the 4th finger, pulls the 3rd finger, pulls the 1st finger, and then comes down and goes 7, 5 on the A, third first finger with a pull off. So same notes as here. I like that one a little better, but Jerry will do it up here. Whoops. So that's the little fill he does between verses or choruses. He does one other little thing, is he'll do this lick, which means he's playing the top of a G bar chord, the G, B, and E strings, which is be the 4th fret, 3rd, and 3rd. If you're just holding down a bar chord, you just strum the top 3 strings of it. Go chicka chink, chicka chink. Lay your pinky flat on the D, G, and B 5th fret, which is like a C. And then this is like a trill, which is a series of hammers and pull-offs. So after you hit that C, you come back to your G shape, but play it like a G minor with a 2nd finger up, and then hammer to that 2nd finger. And I like to just not do the G shape, just do it kind of with just the D, G, B, and E, and so you do it like a G minor, you hammer, and then you pull back off on that 2nd finger, and you can just do it. Instead of just doing a basic 8th notes on the G chord, he'll go, which means he still does the 2 notes on the E string, 3rd fret, 1st finger, but then he'll hit the D string, 3rd fret, which is just held down because you're doing a G bar chord, so you lift off the G bar chord, and you hit 3rd fret D string, hammer to 4th fret D string, and hammer it to 5th. And then you can do whatever fill you want. Or chicka chink, hammer, walk down roll, all without moving. Go to the C for 2 strums, or 1 sippy 2, 1. Good place to add an extra down up. Or you can go. So just strum it twice, or you can go play a C note and answer it with a strum chord. Either way, it goes right back to G. So whether you're going or right back to the G. So we've got. And by the way, you'll see me using my pinky there instead of my 3rd finger. And Jerry would play the G chord over the top like that with the thumb. But anyway, I'm doing it. I'm playing my G like this, which puts my pinky right there on the D string 5th fret. So I'm leaving the 3rd finger out of it. But it might be easier for you to go to the 3rd finger instead of the pinky. When it goes to the F, the C, he'll go. Which is hitting the G note on the E string 1st fret, but then hitting 5th fret D with a 3rd finger and sliding it to 7, and then immediately putting your 2nd finger down on the B string 6th fret, and then 1st finger flat on the D, G, B 5th fret C chord. So really you're going like an F, C. So, and I like to claw that C where you actually just, you'll slide up and then pick that B string with the, like your middle finger. And then on the C, you'll pick it on the D string, pull it with the G string, and pull the B. Or he'll do a walk up. So we got 3rd fret E, 3rd finger, sliding to 4, open A, 1st fret, 1st finger, A, 2nd fret, 2nd finger, and then so the easiest way to play that, so he'll do a little walk up to the 2nd fret A string, which is like a B minor, but he's using his 2nd finger. And then he'll move the 2nd finger over to the 3rd fret, put the 3rd finger then down on the 4th fret, and then the 3rd finger again down on the 5th fret, and then the pinky on the 5th fret D. So it goes 2 on 2, 2 on 3, 3 on 4, 3 on 5, pinky on 5D. And that's in place of do a chink after that 2nd fret, down up, another one after the 3rd fret, another one after the 4th fret. So you'd go 2 chinky, 3 chinky, 4 chinky, 5 5. either go to another chorus or it would go to a verse. So a typical chorus with all the bells and whistles might go like this. Or we could throw the blues lick in. And some of you might notice that I'm adding a little strum there instead of just going. I'm going. I'm going strum, chink, chink, hammer, hammer, hammer. And as you're hammering to the third note, you're chinking above, two more on the top. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would take this building down. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would take this old building down. I would take this old building down. Drums. If I had my way. The verse is really fun. It starts off, he anticipates the G chord by hitting an F and sliding up to G. You read about Samson all from his wax. So there's an element of that F sliding to G to it, but for this he kind of has that shape. He hits the low E note and follows up with a chink, or instead of a chink, you can pull it with your middle finger and your third finger on the right hand on the B and the E string. Kind of hard to see here, but so he would go. And he's just keeping his hand in this G bar chord shape pretty much the whole time. So he comes, he chinks on the third fret, which is flat because you're doing a G bar chord. So you got a flat first finger on the B and the E. So you're hitting the first fret E with the first finger, sliding up to third fret, answering with a chink or a pull. and then, which is second finger on the 4th fret A, hammering to 3rd finger 5th fret A, and then pulling or chinking on the 3rd fret G with 1st finger. So it's a flat 3rd, and then pinky again or 3rd finger down on the 5th fret D. And then follow up with another chink. And then an E string, 3rd fret, another chink, and then our G note, either hammering to it or just a G note. So do it again. And then the main little fill he'll do there is, which is 5th fret, D string, either the pinky or the 3rd finger, pulling off the 1st fret, 1st finger, D string, 3rd fret, 5, pull to 3. And then 5th fret A. So it'd be like, so that would be one time around. And then the second time it would go. So that would be the exact same thing we did before. And then you would go. So that is 4 hammering to 5 on the A with the 2nd to 3rd finger, then go to 1st finger, 3rd fret A, and then 1st fret A, 1st finger, hammer to 2nd fret A, 2nd finger. So it's and that can be a trill. And then go 3, 1, 3 on the E string. So we're going. And you can just practice that over and over. The only other thing is, instead of, you could always throw in, or, so that would be like, Again, slower. And also, instead of hammering 4 to 5 on the A, you can just hammer 3 to 5. So after you go one more chink, then you do that. Chink, 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 chink. Five chinks. Right there. Right here. Right there. Another one. Another one. I killed that beast. So I killed that. So that would be just G, F, C on the D string, 5th fret, 3rd, 5th, with the 3rd finger, 1st finger, 3rd. I killed that beast. And then we do our lick, which I taught you earlier in the chorus, which is just top of a G, strum, 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 down, up, down, and then lay your pinky or 3rd finger flat on the D, G, and B as a C chord, and then hit like a G minor, and then hammer to that 2nd finger, or as a hammer pull trill. So it's killed that beast, and then put your 3rd finger down on the G string 5, slide it up to 7, put your pinky down on E string 7, so it'd be, whoa. So it'd be, he killed that beast, and then, so he would come down here to 5th fret, A string, 3rd finger, and then go 3, 4, 5 on the D with the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Do the same thing on A, and then the same thing again on D. And then hit that 5th fret again, slide on to 7 on the D, claw the B6. So then you would, and then on this slide, instead of using the 1st finger for that C, go ahead and use your 3rd or 4th finger, because then you do another G, minor hammer pull thing. So it'd be like, then he'd usually follow up with it to the chorus. So it'd be like, kill that beast. To the chorus. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way. A typical lick would be hitting the third finger on the B string, 13th fret, and bending it up, and while it's bent up, hitting your pinky on the 13th fret, which is the G7. So he's taking the fourth, bending it up with the third finger, hitting the pinky on the 13th fret, coming back to the B string 13th and hitting it again while it's still up, and then hitting it again, releasing it and pulling off to the first finger 11th fret B. And then hitting 13, again B with the third finger, and then do a ghost bend and release, which would be, again, you would bend the 13th fret before you picked it with the third finger B string. And then while it's up, hit it and release it again. And then go to second finger B string, 12th fret. So that would all sound like. And then instead of that second finger B string, he can bend the 11th fret B string with the first finger. And then a lot of times he'll then switch that first finger with the second finger, but do the same bend. So he's in position to go to the D chord, because it's what this is doing is going G, G, C, G, 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 D, G. So this is. And then, while he's bending that 11th fret B with the second finger, he'll do the first finger on the E string 10th and have that bend. And kind of like that. And then maybe a triplet on a G7, which would be maybe 12 G string 3rd fret, 10 G string 1st finger, and 12 D string 3rd finger. So and then, which is the D, he goes down with the 3rd finger to the D string with 12th fret, which is D note, and then he goes up to 10 G string, hits it, and hammers to 11 G, which is the minor 3rd to the 3rd of the D. So, and then and follow up with 12D, 10G, 12G, with the third finger D, first and third on the G. That's pretty much the pattern that he's following. And he can do it up here too, on the third finger on 17G, and the pinky on 18B. Same lick. And then third finger, and then either second finger on 16G or bend the first finger on 15G. And then if he's up here, we probably wouldn't go to like, he'd more stick to this one again. And that. So the second time he would go. He would go D string, first finger, 15th, hammering to 16th with second finger, down to third finger, A string, 17, and then 15, 17 on the D. He plays around with the, like the same little walk up that we did. So he's like on the solo. So he might go B, C, C sharp, D, accent the D. And then at the end of his solos, he'll like cue and he'll go. And I'll show you that. He'll give the cue and go, which is bending that fifth or the seventh of the G, the flatted seventh. Anyway, we're going first finger. We're playing off the G bar chord at the 15th fret. We're on the B string, first finger on 15. We're taking our third finger on the 18th, hitting it, going up and down. And then play 15 again, and then 15 just, or 18 just up. So. Then he'll follow it up with, which is the same thing, 15, 18 bend up and down, then do 15 B, and then come down to the G string and hammer 15 to 16 with the first and second finger, or just bend 15 with the first finger, or trill. So those are the two licks that signify that he's going to do the final lick out of the solo, which is so then we're on the, again, on the 15th with the first finger on the B, and then we're going to put our third finger on the E, bend it up, and then 15th E with the first finger, and then go down to the G string, third finger, right there on 17th, do a bend and release and a pull off as a triplet. So it's like triplet. And then we go 17th D with the third finger, and then 17th A with the third finger. You can just lay it flat. And then the old flatted third of the D chord, which is the 15th D first finger, hammering to 16D second finger to third finger A on 17th. So that to the A string 17th third finger, I said that. And then do our triplet again. You could just go to G string third finger, 17th, bend it up and down, pull off, and then go to 17th D.
if I